Assaulted by her equally famous boyfriend, always known as one of the nice guys, Chris Brown. They were just 19 and 20 years old, and experts say it's a characteristic of adolescent explosions that they often start with both partners in a taunting situation they're not able to diffuse. So here again, Rihanna, on the night that began so happily with the boy she loved.
He was definitely my first big love. We were best friends, so we fell in love with each other. To fall in love with your best friend, it can be scary.
Scary.
We just fell really fast. The more in love we became, the more dangerous we became for each other, equally as dangerous, because it was a bit of an obsession, almost.
Flash forward. February 7th, 2009, the couple had attended a party for the Grammys. He was just 19, she 20.
We had a blast that night.
In the car on the way home, she says Chris is driving, and she saw a text message on his cell phone from a girl and got angry.
I caught him in a lie, and he wouldn't tell the truth. So I wouldn't drop it. I kept saying I couldn't take that. He kept lying to me, and he couldn't take that I wouldn't drop it. Because obviously, his back was up against the wall. The truth is right here in the text message. So, it escalated into him being violent towards me. And it was ugly.
The police report says he continued to drive while they fought. She says he shoved her against the window. At one point, bit her, punched her in the left eye. At one point, your mouth is filled with blood?
Yes.
How did you think it was going to end?
That's all I kept thinking the whole time. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? He had no soul in his eyes. Just blank. He was clearly blacked out. There was no person when I looked at him. I was battered. I was bleeding. I was swollen in my face. There was no way of me getting home, except for my next option was to get out of the car and start walking in a gown and a bloody face. So I really don't know what was my plan. I didn't have a plan. That whole night was not part of my plan.
Tonight, she talks about the crossroads where love meets reality and how she finally broke it off.
He was my best friend. We were in love. It just takes time. And love doesn't go away right away, you know. He didn't accept that very well. Obviously, he didn't want us to be apart. But I know how to make a decision for me.
Do you hate him?
No. I don't hate him at all. I actually love and care about him, and I think I'm concerned about him doing well. I want him to do well, have a great career, have a great life, and grow up, and just take this as something that you had to go through to grow up and learn.
And there is a lot more that happened inside that car that night, and she will tell it all in detail on a special edition of ABC's 2020, and that's 10 o'clock, 9 Central tonight, and also talk about how you look at him now and what she thinks about whether she could ever possibly go back with him again. That's coming up. Tell us what you think.
Please, at our shout-out board at abcnews.com. How was she? How was she when you were spending time with her?
You know, she's this remarkable combination of someone very strong, so much in control of her life and her career, who has gone through something that completely threw her, that upended her idea of the world. However, you're also going to hear about something in her childhood, which she has not talked about before. And I think it factors a lot into the distinctions that she had to make, because she promised her mother that something she felt happened to her would never happen to Rihanna. So that's ahead tonight as well.
At 10, 9 Central. Coming up next, Mel.